Hello everyone, Clock for Game here, and I just thought I'd bring you another little video back to my old ways of kind of using some more fun decks. Really, it's things have been quite tiring for me, as I'd said in my previous video, and I thought I'd go back to something a little less competitive and a little more fun. I like playing this deck when it comes to some locals, and I've had some mild success with it at my locals, but I really like playing this game, or this deck, sorry, at the pub. And this is the Aura the Guillotine Frieren deck. It's 8 bar, and so I'm going to take you through it. So, just to start off the level 0 lineup, we've got the Himmel JC here. This is just very, very handy for keeping your hand size and keeping things in your hand, especially the pieces that you need in the early game. And what you will realise is, especially with the Flamme level 1, you do want a fair amount of board presence at level 0 and level 1 to be able to get the Flamme out. So you want to be keeping as many zeros around as possible. So your level 0 game can be greatly helped by this JC, but you also as well want to be playing it steady in level 0. You don't want to be going too hard on the stock or burning through cards. You just want to take it slow. So the JC is very nice. And you run the Heiter, which is the origami profile, which is pay 1, ditch 2 cards, search out 2. So what you might want to do is, say ditch any spare climaxes you have in your hand, because we all know how it is to play 8 bar, trigger 8 bar, stock 8 bar, draw 8 bar, you know what it's like. You seem to have 20 bars in your hand by the end of turn 1. And this is quite nice for searching out your combo pieces and maybe getting rid of some pesky cards that you don't quite need in your hand just yet. So that's just a very nice card to have. I really enjoy this profile. Sorry, you can see the writing from work on my hand. I do apologise. We have the very simple but very, very good Sere. I don't quite know how to pronounce her name, but she's the Ricky of the deck. She's very, very handy. She's also handy as a event swapper, so pay 1, ditch event, swap event. That's quite nice as well. I just like this card. I like this card in general. I wish I had the SPs of her as well. Then we've got the Frieren. This is, when it's played, put a card from hand into stock. I really, really enjoy these profiles. I really, really like this card. And then it's pay 1, ditch climax, to salvage an event as well. So again, as you're probably noticing here, there's a lot of ditch climax or ditch event and climax or something along that. Because, like I said, as we all know, playing an 8 bar deck, you can end up with a lot of climaxes in your hand, and it never feels good to have 3 or 4 climaxes stuck in your hand with nothing to do with them. So this deck does run plenty of hand filter. And then with some of the games that I've had with this deck as well, it certainly needs it. We all know this. If you've ever played against Frieren or do play Frieren, this is the very good Fern Brainstorm. So it's just a 4, reveal top 4 salvage Brainstorm on a climax. But what makes it really, really good is that up to 3 times per turn, if you play an event, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and rearrange them. Very, very handy. Very handy indeed. And as you'll see as well, we do run a number of events in this deck. So moving on, we have the Unnecessary Spending Frieren. This is ditch a climax or an event into waiting room to salvage a character. I just think this is handy at any point in the game. It allows you to salvage your combo pieces or salvage pieces that you need to get your combo pieces. I think it's just very nice. We've got the Thinking Frieren, which is trait remover. So this is quite handy against things like Hololive. It's quite handy against things like Overlord as well, and some other decks. But I run this because of the pay one ditch event and salvage event as well. Again, as you've seen here, a lot of hand filter. It's just nice to be able to cycle out the things that you need. And then for the one-obs, now I'm going to start at the back here just because it's the simplest. This is a level 0 reverser and climax swapper. In an 8-bar deck, you're not going to really need a climax swapper very much, but I do run one of this because it gets rid of level 0 problem cards and puts it to bottom of deck. And it's also, in the odd occasion that you do need a climax swapper in an 8-bar deck, it's just handy to have at least one of. It's nice to be able to call on it every so often. Then I'm running the Winterclothes Frieren. This allows me to burn through my deck with some deck speed a little bit. So it's ditch a card, look at top 4 cards of deck, add a level 1 or higher card. It's just very, very handy. With this, you can also grab events as well. So if you're looking for the Aura event or something like that, you can grab it with this. It's just a nice one-of to run. Then we run the Cane. It is the clock swapper. It's just very nice. I like this card, a one-of. Sometimes you might get to your level 3 game and there might be one of your Aura combo pieces stuck in your clock. You might have another one stuck in clock or something like that, so you can only get 2 combos off. She can just grab this out of you because it's a clock swap, and that's what I primarily use her for. And when she's played as well, you can look at the top card of your deck and put it on top or bottom. Just very, very handy. This is a tap to give something 1,000. It's just quite nice to have it on the back row. Especially with your Aura game, you want the auras to be bigger, so if you can get one of your auras bigger in a lane that is otherwise smaller, be quite nice. So I would have this Frieren just on the back row. But it's also ditch a climax. When a climax triggers, look at the top card of your deck. If you do, put it on the top or bottom of your deck, and then choose one adventurer character in your waiting room and salvage it. I think this is just very handy. I think this is just very, very handy to have just on the back row, So primarily your back row is going to be the Frieren, this Frieren and the Fern back row for most of the game, or the Brainstorm, sorry, until you get to your level 2. If you can get one of your level 2 power boosters out, that would be great. And then I run another Ricky, a top 4 Ricky. This is just dead simple. Again, something to just burn through your deck and maybe get you up a level if you so need it. Well, anyway, moving on. So moving on to the Flamme combo. I like this. I really like this a lot. I think it's a fun little combo. Is it the best combo in the world? No. Does it have a patch on the Blue Fern level 1? No. But this is a level 2 combo with a condition that if you've got 4 or more characters on the field, it becomes level 1 in hand. You only really need to get 1 or 2 of these off, and it is very handy. When it attacks, it gains 1,000 power for each of your opponent's characters. Again, very handy. And on reverse, look at top 2 cards of your deck, choose 2 events or adventure characters or magic characters, add them to hand. So, like I said, this adds events as well, and cards that add events are very, very good in Frieren. I believe Frieren has the most events ever printed in a Weiss set. And if anyone knows any better or another set with more events, please do correct me on that. But she's also got an added effect that is, if you add the cards, choose one of your opponent's level 0 or lower characters and put it into the waiting room. This is very handy at popping back row. So if they've got a Brainstorm there, or if they've got some problem card that's in their back row, it's very, very handy to kill that. I just really like this card. I think it's fantastic. It's a shame it doesn't see more play. And then moving on to a bunch of other level 2s. And you know what? I've put those in the wrong order. Just bear with me. So let's start with the characters first. So one of the level 2s that you play, which I think one of the ideas of this deck is to get at least one of these out. It's a 2k power boost to all level 3 or higher. That's very handy for your Aura combo. And when she's played on the field, ditch a card and add one of the events to hand. And I'll move straight on to the events as well. I know I said I'd start with characters, but oh well. The Aura event, is a 2/0 event, and it can be played on either turn. If you have one or less adventure or magic characters, can't be played from your hand. So do watch out for that. You have to have at least a character on the field. You can't play it with a blank field. Choose one Aura the Guillotine, which is the level 3 combo over there that we'll get to in a little bit. And either choose to put it into your hand or put it into your stock. And then choose 3 of your opponent's characters, and they can't be reversed that turn. So the idea is that on your level 3 turn, you grab your auras with this, or build up your stock to play the auras with this, and then make sure that your opponent's characters don't become reversed. I believe you can also target back row as well. Yeah, you can target back row. So you can target their back rows or their front row characters. And you're not really looking to reverse in your level 3 game because Aura sends them to clock anyway, but that's spoilers, we'll get to that in a bit. You run a tech of the Promo Frieren, which gives a soul and can bounce something. Just a nice handy tech card for getting rid of pesky pieces. I run one of these. I'm just seeing how this passing through the checkpoint Frieren is going to do. If there's a problem card that I need to get over, when she gets reversed, if the level of its battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, can send it to bottom of deck. So if they've got a nasty early play out or something like that, or they were able to tutor out their level 3s somehow a turn early, it really helps getting rid of those. You run the anti-level Heiter as well. It's just a 2/5 backup with anti-level, so he just kills it. Very nice. I might take the backup out for another copy of this, just because it's a nice other event. It's just a level down, and this goes to stock as well. It's just very, very nice. You want to be saving your stock for the Flamme, and you want to be saving it for getting out your auras as well. This event, massively handy, especially at your level 3 game. I would say that if you draw into this event in the mid game, keep it in your hand. Don't get rid of it. You want to be using this. It can't be played without an adventure or magic character. However, it's choose 3 characters, neg 2,000 from them. This is very, very, very handy. If you have your back row aura, let's say you've got triple aura combo out, you've got your back row aura giving 2 of them 2k, sorry. And then you play this and you just neg 2k across the board on your opponent's field, more often than not, you're going to get your aura effect off and send those just straight to clock without your opponent being able to do anything. I really, really like this card. I wish it saw more play, but it just doesn't. But in this deck, certainly, you want your opponent's characters to be as low as possible. So you want to get rid of them with the aura. And you want your opponent to play cards in this deck, just because then you've got fodder for your aura. I'll start off with the other cards that I play first before we get to the main combo. All this is early play. Oh crap! I forgot this effect. Oh, yes, that's it. So when this card is placed on the stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an event or a magic character, you can choose one level 3 or lower character in your opponent's center stage, put it into the waiting room so it just kills a character. It's very nice. She's quite beefy as well. And the stock shuffle, just very, very, very handy. And then Aura herself. This is the card that when I first saw the Frieren set get announced, I was very, very excited about this deck, and I've just fallen in love with this card. Yes, I know it's not meta, I know it's not very good, but I love it anyway. And this combos with this climax. And without further ado, what this does is When it's played, you can draw 2, ditch 1. That when the climax is placed, and I have 4 or more other characters, so you do need a full board with this. Again, like I said, this deck is very much about trying to keep your hand up and your board up. You want to be at least playing something. So you're going to have 3, hopefully 3 auras out, and then maybe something on your back row as well. So just make sure you've got a full field. And you've got 4 or more other characters. Choose one character facing this card. If your power, the power of this aura, is bigger than your opponent's characters, just send it straight to clock on climax placement. And you can do that up to 3 times. That's that. So 1, 2, 3. So you can just 3 damage them. I really, really, really enjoy this combo. I think it's a hilarious combo. But however, the downside of it is, in true aura fashion, if your opponent's character is higher in power than aura, she goes to clock instead. So you take a damage. I like this deck. I like this deck a lot. So one of the ideas that you want to be doing is you want to neg power with this. You want to level down something with that to make sure you can definitely get over it with aura, because aura isn't massive. She's only 10k. You want to be getting aura to your hand with this, or getting it to your stock so you can play more auras. And you definitely want at least one of these in your back row, just so you're boosting things by 2k. I just really enjoy this deck. I think it's a very fun deck. I will be refining it. I think they're even doing this video. There are a couple of things I'm picking up on that I'd like to make a little bit of a change about. And I think I know what those things are. So there very well could be another video getting uploaded around aura. What I might do, actually, is I've been thinking of making a double kind of quick fire video of changes that I've made throughout some decks that I've been playing. So I might come back to this aura deck. I might come back to my Psychano deck and maybe do 2 pieces at that. Or I might do a double Frieren video and introduce another quick deck as well, or cards that I like. Or I might even do a tech video to do with Frieren and just going through some tech cards, because I have absolutely fallen in love with the Frieren set and I'm so glad I bought into it. Anyway, without taking up too much of your time, thank you very much for watching, and God bless. Bye bye.